Good afternoon and welcome to From Where We Are, stories of news and culture through the lens of USC and Southern California. I'm Quinn White, coming to you live from Studio B in USC's Annenberg Media Center.
And I'm Hannah Abwal-Hodge. It's Tuesday, September 20, 2022.
Woo!
On today's show, Annenberg turns 50, the current state of monkeypox in Los Angeles.
All that and more from Where We Are. But first, today's news headlines. The United Nations General Assembly continued today in New York City to discuss a plethora of global issues, including the war in Ukraine. One of the more significant highlights included Turkish Prime Minister Recep Erdogan claimed that Turkey is a mediator between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. The French Prime Minister Emmanuel Macron also gave comments towards the Russia-Ukraine conflict in his speech, warning of the wider divisions that may result of the war.
President Biden, in a controversial statement, claimed that the COVID-19 pandemic is over. The off-the-cuff remark comes as the president gave an interview on 60 Minutes that aired Sunday night, but comes with no specific statement from the Department of Health or the CDC declaring such as fact.
New York City will end its vaccine mandate for private businesses starting on November 1st. Mayor Eric Adams announced the provision during a city hall today, but won't extend the provision to municipal workers. New York City held one of the strictest COVID-19 restrictions in the country and would be the first time since the pandemic that there would be a relaxation in its policy.
A new law signed by Governor Newsom today allowed human remains to be composted to those who wish. The process is deemed to be more environmentally friendly than traditional funeral burials and cremations. The National Funeral Directors Association estimated that a potential of 2.5 million metric tons of carbon could be saved from the atmosphere in the next decade.
23-year-old Carlos Diaz is charged with the suspicion of burning down a prominent South Los Angeles church that once held notable guests, including Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Victory Baptist Church is famous for its gospel choir, which carried well-known names such as Mahalia Jackson, Jester Hairston, the Clare Award singers, Ethel Waters, and Dorothy Maynor. The church respondents say that even though the building is in ruins, the church still lives on.
USC Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism celebrates its 50th anniversary today.
Woo!
The event was postponed from last year to this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mia Thompson is live at the event describing what's going on.
I'm out here watching the celebration of Annenberg's 50th anniversary here at Wallace Annenberg School for Communications and Journalism. It's a 2-day celebration that they're celebrating both today and tomorrow. Annenberg was actually founded 51 years ago in 1971. However, due to the pandemic, the celebrations were moved a year. And earlier today we saw Willow Bay rehearsing, getting ready to address the audience. As I'm looking around, I'm seeing a black carpet outside as well as big green walls blocking off the venue. There's a cocktail bar right outside, and as I'm watching people walk in, everyone seems very formally dressed. It looks like it's going to be quite the formal event. And some notable attendees that will be attending today are alumni from all across the globe, as well as Wallace Annenberg, the namesake of the USC Annenberg School. For Annenberg Media, I'm Mia Thompson.
We have quite the event out there today, and we are also lucky to have Dean Willow Bay of the Annenberg School speak on the event with one of our executive producers. She and executive producer Spencer Klein spoke on the organization's past and what to expect for its future.
I'm here today with Dean Willow Bay of Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism. How are you, Miss Dean?
I'm great. How are you, Spencer?
I'm great. That's good to hear. So what exactly is happening outside today?
You notice there's a little celebration in progress out there. We're getting ready, a little behind the scenes.
Right.
So today we are kicking off 2 days of celebrations of really an extraordinary milestone, the 50th anniversary of the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism. The school was founded in 1971, so it's not that we can't do math, but we pushed off the celebration for a year because of the pandemic, because we wanted everybody to be able to come together.
Interesting. So what does it mean to celebrate for 50 years of the Annenberg School?
Well, I should add that we have 2 days of celebrations. We have an event tonight, and then tomorrow there'll be some 2,300 of us included because it's an all-school celebration for faculty, staff, and students. So the party starts tonight and it continues right through tomorrow. So what does it mean to celebrate 50 years? I think celebrating 50 years of USC Annenberg means looking back on our history, taking a little dip into the archives, exploring our DNA. But really what it means is looking ahead to the future and looking ahead to the kind of impact that we want to have in the 50 years ahead.
It's great to hear. So in the past 50 years or so, are there any specific accomplishments or anything you could cite specifically that has impacted you through the Annenberg School?
I think for me, the impact has been years and years of graduating students prepared to have impact in their scholarly fields and in their industries of practice. Today, right, we stand upon 50 years of graduates that amount to an Annenberg alumni network of 22,000, which is remarkable and frankly a remarkable legacy in the field of media and communications.
It's quite an impact we have there. So I guess the next question we have now is, what is next for Annenberg in the next 50 years or 100 years to come?
What's next for Annenberg? Well, that's the question we're going to be asking our entire community. Who do we want to be in the years ahead? Where can we, where should we have impact? So today's celebration actually kicks off what we hope is going to be a vibrant and robust year-long conversation where we all come together and imagine our future together.
That's great to hear. Thank you, Dean Willow Bay, for coming with us at the very last second. It was so nice to talk to you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Spencer. I'm glad I was able to do it.
It's great. Thank you.
LA County saw the nation's first confirmed case of a monkeypox-related death 1 week ago, but vaccination rates are at an all-time high. Despite the efforts to mitigate the disease health officials and residents are still unsure monkeypox is on its way out. Colton Lucas guides us through the ongoing battle to end the country's latest epidemic.
As monkeypox cases continue to decline, vaccination rates among county residents have shot up. To date, the LA County Public Health Department has reported that more than 60,000 vaccinations have been administered countywide, Cases are going down, but the number of residents who've either had or continue to have monkeypox is reported at just over 1,800. The disease continues to predominantly affect gay and bisexual men, as well as other men who have sex with men. Dr. Ward Carpenter serves as the Chief Health Officer for the Los Angeles LGBT Center. Though he's optimistic about the declining rates, he says there's a long way to go before we're out of the woods. Dr. Carpenter is continuing to urge people, especially those particularly at risk, to continue doing what they can to stop monkeypox.
We know that cases are dropping now, and it shows that this is working between the vaccinations and everybody making these incredible choices to either limit their activities or modify them in some way. We are succeeding in helping to bring this down.
Felipe Osorno is the chief of the Office of Performance and Transformation at Keck Medicine. His husband is a professor at UCLA and worked on the Monkeypox Scientific Advisory Committee to the California Department of Public Health. They got the vaccine early in July to protect their kids, but Osorno says everyone who's eligible should think about getting vaccinated.
Thinking back to polio, if we all get vaccinated, the transmission will just stop and it will be something that we don't have to worry about. But if only a few of us get vaccinated, this will continue circulating like any other transmissible disease among our community.
Though monkeypox is a novel disease in the U.S., it's not the first to gravely impact queer and trans people.
There are clear echoes of the AIDS crisis of the 80s and 90s here. It's palpable in the community. We feel it. People are being triggered by this fear of a new and unknown disease that appears to be impacting gay and bi men disproportionately. And, we can't declare a victory just yet, but we are hopeful that as these cases continue to drop, this outbreak may well be contained.
Dr. Carpenter strongly encouraged anyone who fits the current eligibility for the vaccine to do their part to get it as soon as possible. While the current state of the monkeypox epidemic is looking positive, there's still more work to be done to keep positive rates low. For Annenberg Media, I'm Colton Lucas.
I'm Hannah Abu Al-Hajj. We're glad you're with us from where we are.
And I'm Quinn White. It's 11 minutes past the hour. Coming up, a bill to protect workers for unlawful termination for smoking weed passes in California, and the journey to campus stardom for the Cardinal Divas of SC.
Stay with us. Would you apply for a job if your employment hinged on passing a drug test? In California, that's about to change. On Sunday, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill into law prohibiting companies from making employment decisions based on a positive cannabis drug test. Matthew Tsai has the details.
While recreational marijuana has been legal in California for 6 years, Sunday marked an important day when Governor Gavin Newsom signed a landmark cannabis bill. The recent legislation prevents employers from discriminating against workers who smoke marijuana off the clock. The bill changes the way organizations are allowed to drug test employees. California Assemblyman Bill Quirk, the author of the bill, says the new tests will no longer flag week-old cannabis consumption.
The test we're asking for now would only pick it up if you'd smoke the same day as you're taking the test. So it's a more accurate test in terms of telling someone whether or not you're smoking on the job, getting high on the job, which no one wants.
California is the 7th state nationwide to adopt such a policy. Quirk hopes the bill is just another step in continuing to decriminalize marijuana.
And why are we putting drug users in jail? Is it better that they have a drug habit, or is it better that they be in jail? The whole enforcement on drugs just has never made a lot of sense to me. And cannabis is sort of the low-hanging fruit. Frankly, putting them in jail is not helpful.
USC students who are looking for employment were relieved to hear the news. This opens the door for students, like Elijah Bennett, to be more open about cannabis use after graduation.
I personally think that work life and home life or your social life should be separate. So if a person is intoxicated outside of work, I don't think that should be a basis for whether they can be hired or fired.
The bill will go into effect on January 1st, 2024. For Annenberg Media, I'm Matthew Tsai.
A new band of majorettes debuted at Saturday's football game against Fresno State. Taking a stand in the front rows of the Coliseum, these Cardinal Divas showed the audience that they're here to stay. In addition, the group is also gaining traction online through social media platforms like Twitter and TikTok. Millicent Boache has more on the group that has been quickly making waves.
Traditionally, majorettes have been dancing alongside marching bands at historically black colleges since the late 1960s. On Saturday, USC debuted a now viral team of its own. The 8-second clip on Twitter that made news everywhere showed a group of smiling young black women in USC gear. They danced in sync with each other while the audience cheered and the marching band played in the background. Even with all the attention, the road to making the team a reality wasn't an easy one. Team co-captain and vice president Jada Walker said this has solely been funded by them.
We had to buy our own bra tops. We had to buy our own briefs. We had to buy our own tights. We had to figure out what shoes we were going to wear. We had to figure out what we were going to do with our hair. I did the makeup for everybody, for Princess. We've been doing this just as the Cardinal Divas. We haven't had any outside help from anybody who has a leadership role. So I just hope that now that they see that we are getting all this, fame and all this recognition, that they put that back into us and give us the things that we need.
When choosing the team members, Walker says her and co-captain Princess stressed making sure everything was up to par.
Yeah, we looked at all the video auditions and we were like, okay, I'm like, y'all, when we choose this team, we got to choose it right, because you already know we got to come correct, especially as a PWI trying to do something that's done at HBCUs. We got to make sure we come correct. We got to put the baddest on the floor. So we did, and now we here, and it's going crazy, and I'm excited.
The team also made waves on TikTok and videos taken by Brianna Brothers.
The other videos, the videos that were posted onto my Instagram, and then I also posted to my TikTok. That one's at almost 100,000 views, I think.
Oh wow!
And almost 30,000 likes.
As for what's next, Walker and the team have a big vision for the Cardinal Divas of SC, and it's clear they're here to stay. For Annenberg Media, I am Millicent Boache.
Okay, Hannah, we were talking about it before the show. Those majorettes slay.
Yes, so good. I saw them on Saturday. Absolutely incredible. And that's so awesome. I didn't even know that they were doing it all on their own. So, good for them. I would not have known. I thought they had, people in leadership roles helping them get their costumes, hair, makeup, choreography.
Their costumes are cute. I'm sitting here wondering how can I be part of their team?
No, honestly. And it's great to see that they're bringing, new dance styles to USC, letting us get to participate by watching and cheering them on in the stands. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I want to see them at more games.
Yeah, I will definitely be keeping an eye out for those guys. So I guess that is all we have time for on our show today. Here on From Where We Are, Spencer Klein and Valeria Diaz produced today's show, and we also got help from Mallory Cara.
Sebastian Grubo is our technical operator, and Derek Renfro composed our theme music.
We are also streaming live on YouTube right now at Annenberg Radio News. Subscribe to From Where We Are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And finally, do not forget to follow us on Instagram at Annenberg Radio. You please do. Please come on. I'm Quinn White.
And I'm Hannah Boal-Hodge. For all of us at Annenberg Radio, wherever you are, we hope you'll join us again for
from where we are. Woo! Yay!